Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, I was just at Home Depot and just turned it on. But I had trouble getting on. Can you see the moon? Yeah, it's nice. It's not full. It's about maybe 90%. Beautiful night though. 78 degrees. No bugs. Now, can you see that airplane blinking just off to the trees a little bit? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't count on them. Can you hear the bugs? Oh, good. Oh, okay, yeah, we can do one, yeah. Sure. Sunday, I'm going to go to Florida. I'll be back, and then I'm going to go again Monday, I think. But we can do one Friday, tomorrow, Saturday. There's some owls out here making noise too. Barred owl, I think it is. Today I just messed around here and I went to Athens today. Got a good bagel at the bookstore. Went and looked at new cars. You don't want it, believe me. That thing's it shouldn't even have went this far. To be honest with you, I would give it to you. Only 11% make it to 250,000 miles, and this one's got 296, and it's a gas guzzler. Yeah, I know. I like it actually. Beautiful day today, though. Hey, Lamar, how you doing? Yeah, don't do that. I can look around down here, but the cars are hard to find. Well, this last year I drove 50, but usually about 40. I put up crazy. I mean, you know what I'm thinking of getting, believe it or not, is a Prius. They're not like they used to be, and they get 500,000 miles out of those all the time. And they get 56 miles a gallon. They don't look like the old ones. Because these Fords, man, you know, now you buy a new car and there's no security that you're not going to have problems. I mean, it's not like the old days. I mean, it's not on my hit list, but it just doesn't make sense to me to keep driving around this gas guzzling pickup. Daisy hears me out here. She hear me out here. Hi, Daisy.
She's going to go pee-pee, I think. She's been scratching a lot.
Yeah, I noticed in the back. I got some more of that tick stuff that you put on her shoulder blades. I'll put it on tomorrow.
Okay. I don't think she has fleas or anything.
No, I think it's. But it's got to be something like that.
It feels like that little knot. That's what she's trying to scratch.
Yeah, it could be. She's got a few of those things growing on her, you know.
Yeah, I need to call Dr. Crew and say, go pee. Come on.
Stephanie says hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Lamar said allergies. That's possible too. Boy, I'll tell you, when you drive down like to get on 22, do you notice that pungent smell of fresh cut pine trees?
No,
Man, it is like super strong.
Is it really?
Yeah, make your eyes water. Yeah, crazy. You know that Home Depot switched their hours an hour later to compete with Lowe's and Madison? Girl was telling me it was taking their business away.
Wow.
I mean, there's nobody in there. She said from like 7 to 10 in the weekdays, there's nobody in there. And there wasn't. Everybody's on their phone.
Come on, babe. Come on, Daisy.
She doesn't have to go pee-pee. Boy, she wanted to go bad that day with me.
I know.
I took her with me.
Did you?
Yeah. She was rolling around the seat the whole way up there. Hey, I went to that Prius dealer today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, man, I've never seen. You know those things come in sold?
In Athens?
Yeah. Those things come in sold. There must be, when you go in there must be 65 people working.
Wow.
I've never seen a dealership that big.
I got the notification today that my truck is ready to be picked up.
New one?
That Cyber Beast, you know the.
Oh, did it right? Really? You gonna get it?
I'm just going to resell it. I don't like it. I think it's ugly.
They're ugly and they're fast.
Yeah, but they're ugly. I just bought it to make money. Come on, Days.
It's in, huh?
Yeah.
Where, in Athens?
No. Kennesaw.
How much was that thing?
130.
No shit.
But they're selling, the Cyber Beast are selling for like 175 and 180.
Fuck, that's insane, man. You know, as it turns out, these Prius are not easy to get.
Oh, really?
No, not even used. I mean, I've never seen a dealer like that. You got to kind of drive back there. They must have, I'm not kidding you, he said they come in sold. They must have 1,000 new cars sitting there. Like 2 stories.
Will you let her?
Yeah, I'll let her in. State of the art. I mean, it's crazy.
I'm going to leave this open. But when you let her,
Yeah, leave it open, but shut that door because there's bugs.
Saying, but when you leave, just lock it.
Yeah, I will. I'll lock it up. Yep. Yep. You wouldn't believe this dealership in Athens, a Prius dealer. No, these Prius don't quite look. Here's my thinking on it.
Come on, let's go to bed.
No, she wants to lay out here. So here's the deal. So I've been looking around. I was looking at a Kia. I was thinking about getting a Telluride. Then I looked at Ford F-150s, but really it doesn't make sense for me to have a pickup. I mean, I do use it, but I go through a shit ton of gas. I get about $4.50 a tank. I put like 2 tanks a week in. I spend about $1,000 a month on fuel. And any day I'm going to be in for a monster repair. I need new tires. I need ball joints probably. I need tie rod ends. And I've talked to people that are knowledgeable and they say, get rid of it. Don't put any money into it. Because in the old days, you could go and you'd drop a new engine in and it made sense. Now with these EcoBoosts, like as an example, the engine I have, they just recalled 100,000 of new ones. They're fucked up. So it isn't like the old days where like the 4.3 Astrovan engine. It's just not like that anymore. So I looked around, I looked at other things. You look at all the new vehicles, they all got major problems. I looked at this Telluride I was thinking of getting, all-wheel drive. I don't really need that anymore anyway. You stupid, you end up buying a car for the 2 times you drive in the snow, especially living down here. 2 people got brand new Tellurides, went to a brushless car car wash, and the trim blew off. It's like, fuck those. Then you look at the dealer complaints of when people get them serviced. It's a fucking nightmare. So then I got turned off on them. So then I just happened to look at these Prius. You look at Prius, they actually have the best rating of any car ever. And they, I mean, they're not cheap anymore. You can put 40 grand into a new Prius. They're not like the old lesbian 15-year-old ones that are kind of cool looking now. 56 miles a gallon. And they get 500,000 miles out of them all the time. Now, you do need to replace the batteries, which are like 4 grand. But that's my kind of car. I rack up crazy miles on my vehicles, and I could easily go out and drop 45 grand on a new car, or a 2-year-old one, 40 grand. And it'd be a worn out piece of junk, and I can't sell it for anything, and I've paid 40 grand for it. At least with the Prius, you can, that could last me like 10 years. Plus, my gas, my fuel bill will go to nothing. Oh, you did, Lamar? How'd you like it? Yeah, he bought that. He bought uh, that damn Tesla thing. Uglier than hell. How many miles you have on it, Lamar? Oh, cool. Oh, all right. Yeah, these new cars are nuts. I think it'd be kind of cool. And these Teslas, too. Like the last few years, like I used to stay in hotels all the time, but when I go on the road now, I don't take a dog with me like I used to, because Marty watches it, Daisy. So I don't really like staying in hotels like I used to. The internet sucks, and I'd rather be driving, to tell you the truth. So the last few big trips I took, like that 2,000-mile one way to Holbrook, Arizona last year, I just like take 3 and 4 hour naps, and then maybe like once every 4 days get a hotel. It's just, I don't benefit by them. I just don't like watching TV. The internet sucks. It just doesn't make sense. You got to lug all my bullshit, and if I don't stay in an old-fashioned one where I can pull up to the door, it's just even worse. Oh, cool. Hey, Rita, how you doing? Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, it's nuts, man. You're right. So I'll just procrastinate. Hey, Keith, how you doing? I just procrastinate some more. Good. I like it down here. Yeah, it's fun. I like Georgia. Well, new everything. Go to new places. I do miss going to see the freighters up in the UP a little bit, and I do miss going to Nyanquing to watch like the wildlife migrate. That's about it. I'm just doing this tonight because it's a beautiful night out and I want to sit out on the porch. I'm going to do a panel over the weekend though, probably like Friday and Saturday. I'm going to Florida Sunday. Oh, I know it. Yeah, didn't get much rain at all. Yeah, I just bought a big 50-pound bag of what do they call it? It's a special kind of food for wild birds. I was gonna go put it out, but I didn't want the deer to eat it, so I got to figure out where I'm gonna stand the best chance of the turkeys eating it. There's a whole bunch of them. They're real skittish. They see that corn, want to come out and eat it, but they don't like to be out in the open like that. Yeah, isn't it though? I'd say it's about 90%. A lot of owls making noise today. Yeah, turkeys are beautiful birds. You know, they're all originally from Mexico. Wild turkeys are on the decline. They don't know why. I like when it's going through the clouds, like some of that video I got last night. Now you can see there's a little bit, you know how sometimes you'll see a ring around the moon? What that is, that's a light layer of clouds at about 30,000 feet, and the light reflects off it. It really doesn't have anything to do with rain or anything. You can see a little light, like aurora around the moon tonight. Yeah, we're going to get hot here for a couple days. My air conditioner still cooks on all night, 72, so it's still warm. Humidity's an ass kicker down here. It's been real high lately. Oh, okay. Nah, we haven't. They've just missed us. We just missed. I'll tell you, if you're into weather, I have a couple versions of it. It's the weather guide for idiots. And, I got a pilot's license, and you had to know weather. Not that much though, and I've always had an interest in weather. But that is an excellent book. You can get it for practically nothing on eBay. Idiot's Guide for Weather. Man, they talk about everything in weather. It's fantastic. Get it for probably $6 free delivery. Oh yeah, it's nice, isn't it? No, we've been just a little west and north of those tropical rains. AM Love. Yeah, right now it's down to 75. Beautiful. This is a typical night down here. No bugs. Once in a while, but not much. Oh, did you? 6 inches. Wow. I was up in northern Georgia last week, up around Blue Ridge and those places, and they're just not really for me. It's okay, but I just soon skip that area. Oh, cool. Oh, wow, huh? Yeah, I love Ohio. It's a good state. Spent a lot of time in it. Love the farmland. Love Toledo. Love all the Lake Erie side. Hey, Chris. Oh, good for you. I actually like this area around here because it's like plain. Now the surrounding counties are a little prettier than here because they have more hardwoods. This is like a county nobody wanted. It was actually property given away from 3 counties to create this one. It's like just like you see it, but that's kind of what I like about it. The sheriff came over to my house yesterday, and we were talking about it. She's from Wilkes County, which is where I go to get coffee. I like. I'll tell you why I like it down here. To be honest with you, I like it because uh, it's a lot of blight. It's like a poor area. I drive to everywhere like Athens. I like Athens, but I'd rather live here and visit Athens than live in Athens and visit here. Like, I love Athens, actually. I've spent a lot of time in college towns, Madison, Champaign, University of Illinois, Ann Arbor, Eastern Michigan, where I went. Athens, I have a good-ass time up there. I really do. It's a super cool town. And it's just fun to go out there and, like, I know the people at Barnes & Noble. and some. I know quite a few people down here now. I mean, that's how my whole life is. I like have these like acquaintances. I stop in, I visit them, and off I go. I got that really good down here. I know like a ton of people, but I don't hang around with them. Yeah, I got robbed on the eclipse with cloud cover, but I did get some good cloud cover, which I like. But down here is like, it's like time stopped. I don't really care for Savannah much. I'll probably go there next week. It's one of the top 200 most beautiful buildings. Yeah, that, hey, that horn beeped. That horn beeped.
It was me.
On the van?
Yeah, let's make sure it was locked.
Oh, I locked the truck too.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Daisy.
Daisy? She's crazy over horn noises, you know. You ever hear her bark on the TV?
Yeah, our doorbell.
Yeah, doorbell or the car horn. She'll be thinking about that shit till 8 a.m.
Come on, let's go. Come on.
Tell her treat.
You want a treat? Come on, give me a treat. She like me with a treat.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, believe it or not, all my expensive video cameras aren't worth a shit in the moon. And I have an old Sony that gets killer video because you can change the white balance different than you can the other ones. Like I used to get in Michigan. I could do it. I could use my Nikon D850s. I just don't. I got a couple Sonys too I could use. I just don't. Like this doesn't really depict the moon how it looks at all. And that's because of autofocus and automatic white balance. But I can't peg the manual setting up high enough to make it look good. Yeah. But down here it's like time stop down here. Really. Hundreds of towns like this. Just all over. Like, the United States had a big upsurge like after World War II. 50s, 60s, started falling apart in the 70s in all the states. As far as mom and pop businesses and the box stores came in, chains. I mean, I get around and it's like this everywhere. And you want to see states that are really bad. Go to like Mississippi, southern Alabama. I'll tell you where it's really bad, the Florida-Georgia border. Yeah, places like that. There's places in Ohio really bad. New York. Yeah. That's crazy. That's all reflected light. I did. I was reading. I'll tell you, I was reading. I had this book on trends and lots of things, air pollution, cancer rates. I'll tell you one thing. It showed all the cancer rates in industrialized cities, Rust Belt cities, Milwaukee, Detroit, places like that, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and cancer rates are way higher. Hey, Mary. Especially like in Detroit. All sorts of cancers. Atlanta, big cities. Chicago, when I lived there, we used to get like warnings, don't go outside. Denver, Colorado is like that. Fresno, California. Phoenix, Arizona. LA. Can hear a jet going over. You know, I can sit here on the porch. I've got this app that shows me all the jets wherever I want to like track them. Like I can see this jet flying over right now, and I can look on my app. It tells me how fast they're going, what they're climbing at, where they took off from, Hartsfield mainly, where they're going, when they're going to get there. It's cool as hell. The jets that are loaded that are going to Europe or like to Brazil and stuff like that, they're at about 20 to 25,000 feet climbing, full of fuel, baggage, people. They're still pretty low, you know, trying to get up to around 38, 41,000. But they're still climbing. And I'm 90 miles east of Atlanta. They're climbing at about 1,100 to 1,500 feet per minute. You know, hot, humid days make it harder to climb, and humidity in general makes it harder to climb. And I've noticed now that it's cooled off, they're climbing faster. Yeah, it happens, yep. Mary, would you consider where you're at dry this summer? Are you done ricing? Are you home? Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. There's a raccoon coming up on the porch. Get out of here. Damn thing, give me your rabies. Hey. It's a damn, it's a damn armadillo. Oh, good for you. Oh, now there's a possum coming up, trying to come up on the porch. Oh, cool. Hey, hey, get out of here. Hey, get out of here. It's an armadillo now, trying to come up on the porch. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of birdseed out on the ground. I don't know why he's come over here. He's looking for bugs, the armadillo. I had one of my stupid neighbors kill a rattlesnake and a copperhead. You can never get through to this guy. He thinks they're all like, he just doesn't get ecology. He never will. Does that moon look clear to you? Oh, okay. Here's a little light cloud layer. Did you catch many fish? I don't really like canned vegetables. See, here's another jet going over. Oh, okay. I wonder why it wasn't better. They say, though, I know with like flash frozen vegetables, they say it's the best a vegetable or fruit can taste. They pick them at the premium time under the best circumstances, flash freeze them, and you'll never get fresher than that. I bought some good steaks today. Prime steaks, a prime New York strip, and a prime ribeye. Yeah, it's a specialty butcher shop in Athens. It's all like kick ass great stuff. I've really backed off red meat. I got it from Marty. They make their own andouille sausage too. Got a couple big links to that. I've been hardly eating any red meat. I didn't buy brisket. I bought a New York strip that was 29 a pound on sale, and the prime ribeye was 34 a pound. It's fucking crazy, but it's like legit meat market. That's all they sell. No, it's like crazy. I mean, if you got either one of them in a steakhouse, it'd probably be like 90 bucks, 100 bucks. Oh, yeah, prime's higher. Yep, that's right. But I've experimented that before. I mean, I could take like good choice and good prime, and you couldn't tell the difference if I did them on a grill. Yeah, Marty likes it. I got. They make that. They make that there 3 times a week. I'm not even eating any of it. I just got it to cook for him. He really is a big meat eater. Yeah, steak's crazy expensive. It's hard to even buy prime anywhere. It's all goes to steakhouses across the country. You ever want to get a good steak? If you're in Tampa, Florida, Burns Steakhouse. I mean, it's expensive as hell, but it's worth it. Was that 4 years ago, Stephanie? Wow, that's crazy. No, it's hard to get. Yeah, this is a specialty market in Athens. There's like nope. I don't even know. I don't even know of another place to go but that one place. And he was telling me today that they're even having a hard time getting the prime that they get. Yeah, I think Texas Roadhouse is the best chain steakhouse there is. I mean, reasonable steak. Yeah. I've read a lot about that, and there's absolutely zero evidence other than soup. I've read all sorts of blogs and books, and I got a lot of books on meat that bone does not do jack shit. Bone in does not do jack shit for the taste of the steak. Only time bone ever matters is in soup. And the biggest ripoff out of all of them is a tomahawk. It doesn't do anything for the taste, though. No, they wouldn't. Nah, I'm not fuck a meat cutter. I'm talking about gourmet chefs and high-end steakhouses and blogs with like these famous chefs. That's bullshit. This guy today at this place, he'll tell you that bone's bullshit. I mean, like, and these stuff I read, these are blind taste tests and stuff. I'll tell you what bullshit on meat. I'll give you an example. So, my sister owns some McDonald's franchises, right? Well, when they first came out with the quarter pounder, it was frozen. And then everybody was going to like never frozen beef. Believe it or not, Wendy's has never frozen beef. So McDonald's goes through all this bullshit. When you're changing like meat purveyors on a national level, it's a big deal. They decide to go to never frozen quarter pounders. And they did these blind taste tests for like an 11-month period. You know, the frozen meat got better ratings than the stuff that was never frozen. Go figure. Yeah, I know if you get like if you read like it like I don't really care for fillets that much. But if you look at like big, the tomahawks are a real scam. You're paying for a lot of bone there. But if you look at like the steakhouses that a lot of them are famous for, it's their prime ribeyes because there's so much marbling. Well, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, but filet has more fat than any of them. It's just dispersed differently. That's the highest fat content there is. You just don't like the fat that you see that you got to cut off the edges. Yeah, ribeye, yeah, a lot of fat. But like this one that I bought, I'll show you when I cook it this week. And this marbling I got in both the New York strip and the ribeye. You can tell just by looking at them. It's high price steak. No, it's the highest visible fat. But if you look at fat in general per weight, it's really fine and you don't see it. There's not much filet to a steer that's slaughtered. There's just not much. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like flame grilled too. But the high end steakhouses, those are expensive commercial broilers. They get to like 1600 degrees on both sides. That's why if you go into like a nice steakhouse and they always have those books on the table that shows this steak that's like charred on the outside and pink in the middle. That's done by one of those high end broilers. You couldn't do that at home with just a regular broiler. It'd never be that pink in the middle and that charred on the outside. They're really expensive. Oh, that's cool, bulging battery. Yeah, I have to try that. And a lot of these like top end steakhouses, like believe it or not, a lot of them use Lowry seasoning salt. Believe it or not. And you'd be surprised. You'll have like people like Marty's like that. He'll say he doesn't like spicy things, and then you get it real good. Like I use this stuff called butt rub on everything, and everybody really loves it, whether it's on fish, brisket, steak. And then you look at the ingredients, and it's all the things he says he doesn't like: paprika, garlic. Oh, you like it? Yeah, it's a good steak mix. I mean, there's a lot that goes into these steak mixes with like amounts and whether it's coarse or fine. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like dry rubs. I don't in the real if you go to really good rib places like in Texas with brisket and meats, they do a lot of chuck roast that they call brisket there. It's not really. It's chuck roast. It's easier to cook. It tastes better too. And they're really good at these dry rubs. If you look at ribs in general, any place that like pastes a bunch of sauce on it, there's no way it's like ass kicker ribs. Dry rub is kind of like it's just like powdered spices that you sprinkle on. There's no dipping or nothing dripping off it. It kind of like chars on the sides, dry rub. You can buy it in the grocery stores. different kinds of dry rub, but I prefer like dry rub on everything. Steaks, hamburger, fish. When you're first starting out and you don't know anything, you'll get like cheap ribs someplace. They got that reddish slathered cheap ass sauce that you can get a gallon for $3 at the grocery store. Those are like, and then you get out and you learn more about food and taste good ribs, and you realize that the real good winners and stuff, a rib cook sauce, it's hardly ever that kind of sauce. Spray it mainly. Like anything I do, I'll spray with like spray olive oil. It sticks better than water, and it moistens the outside a little bit too. And almost all these ass kicker chefs, I don't care where you go, especially you'll notice it in Texas. When you get to the end of the line, no matter what kind of cut you got, for another $2, they'll dip whatever you got in butter. And even like Ruth Chris, Gibson's was a famous steakhouse in Chicago where I lived. They put butter on it. What they'll do is they don't really want you knowing it, but they'll put butter on it. They'll let it soak in, then they'll dab it off because people seem to get turned off when they're paying a lot for a steak and they see a big pat of butter melting on the top. It's weird. It's just like cheddar cheese. It's all dyed yellow. Cheddar cheese is actually naturally white, but it doesn't sell as well. Cheese looks like better melted when it's yellow and it's more attractive. Yeah, it is. It is frisky. Yeah. Yeah, apple cider vinegar. That keeps stuff from drying out. It's the chemical change that occurs when you taste it, like out of the bottle, it sucks. But when it's used in a chemical reaction to cook meat, it changes and it keeps it moist and it doesn't taste anything at all like it did in the bottle. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, that's what it is. It's all tricks. And I learned too, like most people dry out their brisket. You know, I'm all for like if I want to make a really good brisket that everybody loves, I inject it the whole way, spritz it all the time. And the real secret, I think, to good brisket is finishing it off for the last 5 hours in an oven. Because once you get past like you're nowhere near breaking down the collagen in the meat till about 160 anyway. And you're no further down the game once you smoke and you're up around 140 degrees. You're not going to get any more smoke in that meat. And I've injected it, I spritzed it, I put a ½ inch of apple cider vinegar in the bottom of one of those tin foil pans, and I put it at 215 and just let that thing break down for another 9 hours. Now, the only downside to that is, and everybody that eats a brisket says, God, this is so good. How'd you keep it so moist? That's how. And you look at the people that win the championships, it's all wrapped at the end. There's no way in hell you're putting a brisket in a smoker for 12 hours without doing some kind of trick and not drying the shit out of it. But the only knock I got about doing it that way is you don't get that crusted bark on the outside because it gets kind of moist. It's still good, but it isn't as good if it's a little crispy on the outside. I know a guy that used to work for Honey Baked Ham when he was going to college part-time, and I know that they did something like that when they cured their honey baked hams. And people liked them when they were a little crispy on the outside. You know how they crisped them on the outside on the assembly line after they got done smoking? They used a torch. They ran a torch over, and there were people at the end of the line with a torch crisping up the skin on the outside because you can't have it both ways. Yeah, Himalaya pink, yeah. And there's more trace minerals in sea salt than there is in regular salt. Well, how's that work, Lamar? Pretty good? That's not a pellet grill, is it? I've had some things out of these pellet grills, and they are easier, and you can have it let you know when you're at the mall, and you can change the temperature and blah blah blah. But pellet smokers don't introduce nowhere near the amount of smoke that a stick smoker does. What if I ever got another smoker? I really backed off eating red meat, but I get a reverse flow smoker. It makes a lot of sense. You'd lose a lot less heat. But I got mine down, man. I got mine down where you get familiar with your smoker, and it's like I'm not worried about burning too much wood or anything. I keep it just like exactly how I want it, just like if it was a knob on a stove. Oh, pecan and apple. See, down here we have a lot of hickory and a little oak, not too much apple. We do have pecan, but not as much as you'd think. Yeah, lump charcoal. There's a charcoal. I haven't used it yet. I got a bag. It's called meathead charcoal. It's the big chunks, and you can reuse it supposedly. Meathead charcoal. Have you ever used that? Yeah, Texas is big. They call it post oak because that's the same oak that they make fence posts out of. It took me it's just experiment, but the biggest trick to it all, the number one thing I think, is digital thermometers. That's the real trick to the whole thing, a digital thermometer. Yeah. Hey, Jabo. Nah, I mean, everybody thinks they always have the best brisket in the world, but most people dry things out. Oh, white oak. Okay. Yeah, and smoking salmon's a perfect thing to smoke. Like, you can just, like, it's almost impossible to mess it up. If it gets too high, it gets too low, it doesn't matter. It's a fatty fish. And if you really want a fantastic fish to smoke, you get lake trout up like where Mary lives. It's a super oily fish. It's perfect for smoking. You don't even need to spritz it, nothing. It's just such an oily fish. It's like custom made for smoking. I'll tell you what's hard to do right. And I fucked this up both times, and I followed the directions. And but there's a trick to brining chicken that I just can't seem to get right. I did it right, like they said, and it was just salty as shit. Now I know Chick-fil-A brines their chicken, and there's a famous chain that fry. If you ever get a chance to get Hattie B's fried chicken, it's a chain. They're in different places in the United States. That is most. That is the greatest fried chicken ever. I had that when I was in Birmingham this summer, and they brine theirs too. I was talking to a cook. If he'd have had more time, I think he'd have told me how they do it. But I tried brining both times, and it was just salty as hell. Tasted like shit. But chicken's a tough one to cook and not dry the hell out of it. I got like work to do on chicken. I did a couple chickens, and man, you needed a damn 55-gallon drum of water to wash it down. Yeah. Whatever they said it was, I did on whatever they said to do it. I did it two different places, offer recipes that got like 5-star ratings, and they said use the coarse salt. Some places differ on how long they say to put it in there, and I did both of them. I did exactly what was, and it was saltier than shit. Yeah, I forgot what it was, but it tasted, it wrecked it. But but that Hattie B's, they got that down. That is the best damn fried chicken you ever eat in your life. Yeah, it tasted like shit. Yeah, but but Chick-fil-A brines theirs, and so does Hattie B's, and you can't. It's not. It's just super moist, like chicken. When you get their chicken, it looks like the bones, like you dipped it in acid. all the like meat just falls off moist. There's nothing stuck to the bone. It's like so damn good. No, yeah. Both my brining things were disasters. Tasted like shit. I bet you they brine their chicken. I bet you they brine it. Bet you they do. There's I don't know what I didn't do anything wrong. I even went back. It tasted like shit so bad that I went back and, see if I fucked up. And I didn't. I did exactly what they said. Tasted like shit. I'll bet it's good, Drifter. But that Hattie B's, that chicken was so damn good. And here's another thing, too, that I noticed with Hattie B's. All that chicken is cooked to order. You don't see anything sitting under a hot lamp. Yeah, I'd like to know the secret, too. And, I went and looked it up on some other sites, and it was the same stuff they said to do in mine. Tasted like shit. You know how it is. You put a bunch of time in, you're looking forward to eating this, you bite into it. It's like, fuck, this sucks. I have a heart attack eating this. Yeah, right, Penny. Yeah, but if you ever get a chance for that Hattie B's, if you Google like the best fried chicken in the United States, you'd be surprised. There's like maybe 10 places that like there's a line out the door. I know a couple places like that, like uh, corned beef and pastrami. There's a place called Slyman's. People think they're Jews. They're not. They're Lebanese. It's in Cleveland. They're only open 3 hours a day. There's a line there before you get there. It's the best pastrami and corned beef you've ever had in your life. And I go to a good place in Hilton Head, Groovy's. It's excellent. I use what they said. One was like Himalayan coarse, and one was just coarse. Tasted like shit. Oh, pickling. Yeah, no, it's good though, man. If you ever get to Cleveland, it's in a bad neighborhood. Slyman's, Slyman's, just the most fantastic sandwiches. They've got two other Jewish delis in Cleveland that are excellent. Chicago's Jewish deli sucks. Detroit doesn't have one. Ann Arbor's got a shitty one. Cleveland to me was the best. And I guess there's good ones in New York, but even I read an article online not too long ago that Jewish delis, because of the cost of rent and food, they're not exactly all over the place like they used to be in New York City. We've got these chain places around Augusta and Athens that try and like copy these Jew delis, so you can forget it. Oh, salty. Yeah, but nah, yeah, they live in the northern suburbs. No Jew delis up there either. I bet you LA's got some good Jewish delis. Grape leaf pickles, no. There was a place over where Mary's at right now, Taos, was an Irish place that used to be kind of famous for pickle soup. They went out of business, so I guess they didn't sell enough of it. Oh, really, Drifter? Oh, okay. A good Jew sandwich. I mean, no fucking around. I mean, like a good one, like the right bread, homemade horseradish, the right not fatty meat. Should be about $22 or $23 for a sandwich. That's why when I'll look at places, they'll say like they try and like advertise like a Jewish deli. It's like $9.99. Say, yeah, fuck you, no way, bullshit. Yeah, man, salt enhances the taste of everything. Oh yeah, I believe that. No, you can't. There was a great one down in Lake Worth, Florida, until he got caught trying to have his wife killed. Glenn Sandlin. I think he just got out. They were having $35,000 days, and that was 30 years ago in Lake Worth, Florida. And then it sold to a chain. It sucks. Yeah, no way. That's exactly right. That Groovy's, his brother owns one in Atlanta. I've never been there. Atlanta's such a fucking pain in the ass to drive to. I'd never go to that one. Good they have fluffy matzo ball soup in Hilton. I'll be going there next week, I think. I eat there every day when I go there. I don't like grape leaves, like Greek food. I don't like that moussaka, any of that shit. I don't like German food either, French either. And the only thing I like with Polish is pierogies. I hate sauerkraut. I know it's good for you and stuff, but I just don't like it. Sucks. Bye, Rachel, loser. Bye, Rachel, you loser. The hell out of here. Yeah. Hey, Conan. Oh, do you? It's good for you. I know it's good for you. It's good for your GI tract. I think it sucks. Bitter ass tasting shit. To me, it seems like something like a fish would eat. I don't like those German sausages, Wiener Schnitzel, none of that stuff. These damn things that look like hash browns are terrible. Yeah, good kielbasa. It's good. Brats. I like one of those. I got some good homemade sausage today. Yeah, I don't like that food that much. Hungarian's good. Chicken paprikash, you can find them. I don't even know where a Hungarian restaurant it is. I don't like that French shit either. Yeah, homemade one. I like going to those Brazilian steakhouses. I mean, their cuts of meat are like low quality, but they have got broiling and seasoning down to a science. No, you're right, Stephanie. You know, I noticed down here there's a couple good Italian places, like where I get that pizza. I notice that people are usually getting baked spaghetti instead of like the way I used to get it, like, all mixed up. I hardly ever get spaghetti at a restaurant. No, it's not like it used to be. But they get baked spaghetti, baked ziti, baked ravioli. It's all like in this like Pyrex thing with melted cheese on the top. Oh, French dip. Yeah, I used to get those in a place when I was like a teenager. Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Yeah, garlic steak. Yeah, you're right. They got seasoning down. Yeah, they really do. Yeah, I like Italian, but not that much. Yeah, you want to find places that use grande cheese, Grande from Wisconsin. That's what this place uses. I go to for their pizzas. It's really good. Yeah, Marty likes that kind of stuff. He likes SpaghettiOs. He eats those little cans of those sausages that you can get like barbecue. God, you couldn't pay me to eat those things. I think that's just maybe barely a notch above spam. Yeah, most Mexican knows Tex-Mex. It's not authentic. It's like a hybrid. You know, white people bitch too much about the spice. Cabbage is good for you. Yeah, they have these seafood boils down here places too, but it's mostly just a bunch of shrimp, you know, and corn, potatoes thrown in a thing. It's like kind of a stew. I don't think it's that great. When you start doing that with seafood, it's like some crap seafood. Yeah, chicken, you get sick of it. Oh, is it cheaper? Spam sucks. It's got that like gel on it. Ugh. Yeah, how you doing, Skip Nasty? Kate Balsa. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's pretty. I like living down here. Yeah. You know, I went to an Indian restaurant in Athens today. Do you guys ever have this happen? I gave them a 3-star rating, which I never do. The fucking thing says they close. You know, these Indian places, they stay open till 2, then they close till 5, that kind of shit. They do that everywhere down here. So anyway, fucking thing says they are open till 2. So I get there at 1:30. It's like, is this to go? It's like, no. It's like, well, the kitchen closes at 1:30. I said to the guy, why the fuck don't you put that on your website then? The fuck you open till 2 for? Why would I care how long you're open if I can't come in and eat? Man, in Michigan, they never did that shit. If you were open till fucking 2, that meant you could go in there and order up until 2. That's not the first place that's happened to down here. If you're closing the kitchen at 1:30, then put that you're closed at 1:30. The fuck you gonna do in there for a half hour if you can't order, you dumbasses? Oh, I like dumplings. Yeah, chicken and dumplings if it's good. Yeah, if it's good, I like it. Yeah, Vienna sausages. Marty eats the shit out of those. I think they're terrible. Fatty ass cheap shit. It's probably like rats or something. 99 cents for one, a can of it. Yeah, that's not. Oh, you think that's what that is, Jable? Southern stuff? Yeah, that's bullshit. Terrible. Yeah, why do you have two? Why are you open till 2? What, why would you be open till 2 if you can't order past 1:30? It's stupid. They do that crap where you live, Penny? Yeah, they do. Dollar store. Yeah, you're right. Yep. God, those are gross. I don't think it makes any sense. That is nuts. I mean, I know better than going in like 1 minute before they close and that kind of crap. That's not what it is. It says you're open to 2. I got there at 1:30. No, I never had those. Hmm. When I cook these sausages too, I like burning them where they're like charred. Yeah, I don't like them. Yeah, I don't get it. You know what I haven't seen? I don't see it anywhere. Head cheese. It's like organs and stuff. And the Mexicans down here, they eat tongue sandwiches. Yeah, right. Yeah, it doesn't do a thing for me either. And I don't see many chitlins down here either. What is a big deal down here is turkey necks and oxtails. Oxtails are expensive. Oh, really? Oh, kogels. Huh. Oh, that's cool. Well, Kogels, that's who, they really advertise a lot of their hot dogs in Michigan, all beef, no eyeballs. Yeah, I've been eating a lot less meat. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of sausage variations too. I got some books on meat. I'm not really into sausage too much, but there's like these blood sausages and stuff they make different parts of the world. They're big. Yeah, pig. I used to eat pig's feet as a kid. You get them in a jar at a party store. Oh, really, Rita? Huh? Huh? Pork shanks. Oh, they have them there, huh? Yeah, I never see them in a place. I can remember as a kid, Sears had, believe it or not, had a place you could get like lion and tiger, canned lion and tiger, and they used to have these big, like giant barrels full of like all sorts of different olives. You could get a scoop and put them in like this paper thing, all sorts of like dried cod at a Sears. Oh, cow tongue. Yeah, yeah, you could get it was canned. You could get like a 6 pack of exotic meats. Yeah. Yeah, the Sears I went to as a kid was in Lincoln Park. That was the biggest Sears in the world. Just jam packed, man, all the time. You could get hot dogs, fries, no chairs, so you had to stand up at like this counter. And you could buy all that other shit in like a market. Pickled eggs, yeah. I used to get those too. You could get like hot. I don't see those around here either. Now it's like safety violations and stuff, health violations. You just can't like unscrew the lid of a big jar of pickles and like grab them out with tongs and hand it to a guy with all this health stuff. Yeah, pickled eggs are good. Yeah. I do like going into these like upper end like grocery stores where you can like they got like this little like cart and they have like 20 different versions of different kinds of olives and you can just like fill up these clear plastic things with like olives. Right. Hot. Yeah, quail eggs. I've seen them before, but I never had any. Yeah, Jews like pickled eggs. Yeah, red hot sausages. Yep, with crackers and bars. Yep. Yeah, breads. That's what make you fat. Ugh. I don't like lunch meat either. I can remember when I was like in high school, I'd go to like a grocery store and get like the best grade roast beef they had, sliced thin. No, I don't eat any lunch meat anymore. Oh, Hebrew National, yeah, they are. Yeah, you're right about that. They're like a lot more than the regulars. Nathan's gets ranked pretty high too. I don't know this for sure, but isn't hot dog, isn't that the same whatever is bologna, just sliced thin instead of made round? It's the same, isn't it? Yeah, those were the days. I can remember as a kid getting like a shrink wrapped like a white backing, like you can have chicken in, and getting dried smelt. Yeah, all beef. Yeah, that's the trick. Spices. Yep. Hey, Christine, how you doing? Oh, yeah, that happens sometimes. I don't know why they come off. Yeah, I don't live there anymore. I live in Georgia now. Yeah, you're right, Rita. Yeah, it's true. Spices. Excuse me. Christine, you still working at the same place? Yeah, I've been doing. Yeah, I do. I like it here. Yeah. Detroit changed a lot too. They built that bridge and that area changed, and COVID. It just wasn't the same. That was just a time that was like great for that, and that ship sailed. The pickled herring. Yeah, I used to get that as a kid. You could get it cream too. You could get it in the clear, the pickled, or you could get it in cream. You remember when you could get those little 6 packs of shrimp cocktails with those little shrimp in there when in the sauce, and you opened it like with a bottle opener. Yeah, that's right. Oh, sorry about that, Christine. Oh, okay. Yeah, a little jar. Yeah, they used to give those out too for free in Las Vegas. Yeah, they were good. Yeah, small curvy glass jars. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Well, you guys, I think I'm going to sign off. I'm going to try and get to bed early, and I saw a can of mushroom soup I have left I'm going to eat. So I hope you guys have a good day tomorrow. Party all night. Yeah, my condolences, Christine. Penny, J-Bo, you have a good night. Rita, Frisky. Yeah, you guys, good night, Rita. Take care, J-Bo. Bye, Steph. I'm going to do a live tomorrow and Saturday. Not Sunday, though, because I'm going down to Florida. But I'm going to do one Friday and Saturday. Good night, Lamar. See you, Conan. Yeah, good talking to you, Christine. See you, CB. You party on. You guys have a good night. I'm going to upload some monster video of the moon tomorrow. Make sure you watch it from beginning to end. Yeah, Friday and Saturday I'll do it. Party. See you, Impalov. Yeah, I'll do a live tomorrow and Saturday. I'll do it on the inside because the moon's pretty much over as far as like in a nice night. It's getting a little cooler too. I bet it's like down to 70. All right, you guys, have a good night. You party on. I will. Good night, Rita.